All right, guys, well, I'm back today with a really interesting handgun overview. And before we get too far into it, I want to steal a page out of Garantham's intros. Have you ever added something to your cart that you know you didn't need just to meet the minimum threshold of a purchase to get free shipping or a discount? Go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe. And that is exactly what happened with this gun. So if you follow the channel, you'll know I use guns.com a lot. Now, guns.com is a broker site, and out of the 900 handguns on there, maybe 2 of them are a price that I deem acceptable. And so a lot of times I'll talk about those guys, saying dig through. A lot of them are very elevated prices, but some you can get for a steal. It just so happened that I found a Smith & Wesson that I've been looking for a very long time for the personal collection to just put back with the original box and paperwork, but I was about $200 shy from getting free shipping. And if you're familiar with the site, it's $25 per gun, so it would have saved me $50 if I jumped over that price in the cart. Then I saw this Roughneck. Now, I've been eyeballing these for a while. They're a pretty interesting Derringer, and they generally run in this configuration about $300. Well, I snagged it for right at about $2, so I felt like, you know what? It's worth adding it to the cart to save that $50 in shipping, and here it sits. Now, if you follow the channel, you'll know I've actually did an overview, not necessarily a full review, on my cameraman's Bond Arm Derringer and 45 long Colt and 410 shotgun shells. Now, the cool thing about these is the frame is the gun itself, but the tip-up barrel is easily replaced with this Allen key right here, and you can drop any barrel combination on a lower combination. I'm going to try to reach out to Bond Arms to see if they'll send me some other barrels. Right now in the industry, money is tight. Everything is going towards ammunition. So if those guys would be nice enough to send some over, we'll try some out. But if not, I'll save up a little bit of money and I'll probably grab a few more barrels on my own to try out a wide variety of scenarios. But this presents itself as a very interesting handgun. This allows you to have 2 shots of pretty much whatever caliber you can think of that Bond Arms makes at the ready. Do I find it very practical? Well, in most cases, no, not really. I've always wanted a Derringer for the collection, but I didn't like a lot of the cheap ones I was feeling and seeing at some of the gun shops and pawn shops until I picked up a Bond Arms. This guy has quality craftsmanship and attention to detail in every aspect of this handgun. I absolutely love the way they look and the way they feel and the way they function. They just work and they have a solid feel to them. Now, there are a wide variety of grips and again, a wide variety of barrels like we already talked about, but in a nutshell, this is incredibly versatile for what you get. Honestly, my favorite configuration so far is probably my buddy's 45 long Colt 410 because having 2 shotgun shells in a small package like this is pretty darn cool. Now, again, you can find the Roughneck version in 9mm for right at about $300, maybe a little bit cheaper. And I believe American Pawn and Gun in Monroe, North Carolina, the guys I'm always talking about, I think they have one in stock. You may want to call and confirm before you go down there. And I do know, guys, if you're online and you're far away from American Pawn and Gun, I believe what they're going to do is ship it to you, and they may do free shipping, but that is something you want to call and ask them about. Now, this is, again, an interesting handgun, but there are a ton of downfalls. This truncated bird's head grip is not the most comfortable in your hand. The sights are fairly rudimentary. The hammer is really hard to cock, and the trigger is a hinge pin design, which makes it not the best in the world. It does have a cross hammer safety, which is pretty interesting and works really well. But to flip it open, it's got this nice billet lever. You pull down, it swings open very smooth. Some of the models have extractors, some don't. You just kind of get in there and pop those out. And then it really locks up solid, and there's really no play or wobble in this system. It feels like a high-quality gun. It functions great, and from what I can tell, the gun seems reasonably accurate, even though the trigger is not that great. Overall, I can recommend it, but I'll probably be updating this in the future. The recoil impulse is a little bit sharp and snappy with this 9mm with these small grips, but I'll probably buy some really nice rosewood extended grips and then swap out the barrels. I'm really looking for like the 22 long rifle, 22 mag barrels, and definitely that 45 long Colt and shotgun shell barrel. So that is something on the list. When I get some extra money, I'll buy those. Or like I said, maybe we can do a video partnership with Bond Arms and try that out. And if that's the case, guys, I'd like to see what you would want to see in a handgun like this. So please leave the calibers that you think would be most effective in a package like this and tell me why you would want something like this. I honestly grabbed it because it was cool and I wanted one of my own to get, again, some different barrels. But why would you want something like this? Or do you think it's complete junk, garbage, and a waste of time? I'd love to hear your comments and suggestions, especially caliber suggestions, in the description below. So I hope you guys like this video. I hope you find it interesting. We'll be doing some more shooting in the future. Thanks for watching, guys. Have a good one.